Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 9 of What If Naruto Awakened the Golden Dragon Soul. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2 and Anime King 3. Yes, you heard that correctly, there has been no mistake. I have 3 channels that I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correct again, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and what? Enjoy. The links will be down below for the other channels, so go ahead and check them out. And also guys, remember to turn on that bell notification to stay posted, see exactly when I post. So without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last part that we left off, Naruto was still rather upset about the treatment that he was put through when he was younger, regarding Snaggy not being here. Despite her having a reason, she was still all around the place just drinking and gambling. But he calmed himself down though, as she promised that she would try her best to make it up to him, as he was willing to give her a chance. But as for Jiraiya, who knew everything and yet did not show his face because of his own selfishness, screw him to hell. So with that, Naruto made his way off. As for the people, some of them that treated him badly, after now knowing who he is, well, some of them even start to apologize, but Naruto simply shrugged it off. Their apologies won't do anything right now. The council was rather upset when they heard about that, as they didn't believe but Hiruzen had proof of Naruto lineage that shut them up rather quickly. They wanted to place him under the CRE, but Naruto said no right away, as there was only one woman that he loved, and that was Hana Inuzuka, no one else. As Naruto's plan, a special night for him and Hana. As he came over, well dressed, as Hana came out, looking rather spectacular, as he brought her towards a date, where they had a wonderful, marvelous time. Afterwards, he brought her towards the top of the monument, where he proposed to her. Tears were in her eyes as she said yes, as she wanted to go home with him immediately, which they did. As Naruto set up the place perfectly, he thought of everything, and they spent the night together. It was amazing for them both. Some time passed after that as Naruto continued his training with Hana as well, as she was getting into the swing of things, and not to mention now that she was half dragon, there was a deal struck by the Shinigami. It will allow them to be basically immortal, so they can be together forever, as long as they hunt down those that were able to escape the Shinigami grasp. They can still die though, but from old age, no. And not to mention they will be able to visit Valhalla, so that Naruto could see his parents and family. And if much time passed, she could also see her mother as well. As she couldn't believe it, she was just so happy. They had dinner later that night with Asune, as Naruto told her what happened. He'd never told her beforehand, so he was a bit nervous, but she was happy that they were finally getting hitched, and they were gonna make her a lot of grandpups. Kiba threatened Naruto even though he knew he couldn't beat Naruto, but he was just looking out for his sister. But Naruto promised him he would never do anything to hurt Hana. He would rather take his own life. So yeah guys, that was basically as well left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. And remember to stay in tune for the rest of what is coming your way over Anime King 2 and Anime King 3, yes. So without further ado, what is we begin this new episode? Let's get right into it guys. We begin this episode at Training Ground 50, as it was a wide open clearing with a few trees over to the sides. As Hana and Naruto were light sparring, they knew that Itachi and Kisame were somewhere close, so they had their gear with them, and their partners were also on the ground watching. Not far away, Itachi and Kisame had just exited the tea house. As both of them were wearing straw hats, they had heard rumors about Naruto power, but they dismissed it. Well, Kisame did. Anfu had noticed the both of them, as they reported to the Hokage. The plan was set and in motion, as Naruto and Hana were sparring. As they then jumped away, as Naruto paused, the cool breeze rustled through his hair. "We know you're there," he said. "You can come out." A chuckling could be heard. "Good job sensing us, boy." As Naruto turned as Kisame exited from the trees. To his side was none other than Itachi. "I've been hearing some rumors about you, but personally, I think they're bullshit," said Kisame. "Perhaps," said Naruto. "Tell me, do you know how to use that oversized meat grinder that you call a sword?" Kisame growled at that. "Naruto-kun," said Itachi, "please, come with us, and no one needs to be hurt." Hana growled at that. "Naruto-kun is not going anywhere. We will fight to keep him here," she said. Itachi closed his eyes. "In that case," he said, "we will have to kill you and take him." "Kisame, leave him alive." That was when something impacted the ground. Both men turned as they saw none other than the great Toad Sage Jiraiya standing there, with two toads on both of his shoulders. As Naruto flashed through hand sign, "Twin white lightning bolt," he said. He thrust both of his hands forward. Itachi leaped out of the way. Kisame brought down Samehata as he cut the technique in half. Jiraiya smirked. "Good job, Brett. Leave Itachi to me. Kisame is all yours," as he jumped towards Itachi. As Kisame turned with a smirk. "Hey, Brett. This is Samehata. Get the name straight next time." Well, there won't be a next time. But Samehata here is gonna love eating your chakra. As Naruto twirled his katana a few times. As he lowered himself into a stance, one that Kisame did not recognize. "Let's dance, shall we?" said Naruto. Kisame chuckled, as he seemed to be happy. But it was then that something happened. Ice. Ice crystals shot from the earth. Something was inside of them as they broke, to reveal ice devils. These things were slightly taller than the average human. Their body was lengthy in appearance. They were mostly humanoid ice sculptures, with spikes coming from all over their joints, and sometimes just random pieces of their body, like sometime in front of their faces, as they had beady-red eyes. Kisame smirked. "I hope you like them. They just love to cut people's limbs off." The triplets and Sharu started growled as he launched himself in a spin, attacking the little ice demons. "Bigger eyes," said Naruto as Kisame moved. He looked behind him to see a massive hole in the tree. That was fast. Kisame turned as he had to block Naruto blade. To his surprise, he felt strain. What the hell? This kid was stronger than he thought. Kisame felt something as he had to move. Hana was providing perfect backup and cover, forcing him to go on defenses. "Damn it," he said, cursing to himself as he was forced to back away from them. But they did not give him time, especially Naruto. He reached him within seconds, his blade clashing against his with violent strikes as Samehata lashed out at him. Meanwhile, with Jiraiya and Itachi, as Jiraiya leaped away from another fireball, as he landed on a tree sideways. Ma and Pa made Genjutsu useless against Jiraiya, so Itachi tricks would be useless against him. Ma, oil, Pa, wing, as Jiraiya flashed through hand signs. Toad Dragon Flame! As they all spewed the attack. Itachi quickly used a substitution to get out of there, as the log was burned, followed by several trees. Itachi went through hand signs to appear. "Fire Dragon Technique," he said, as Paul released water from his mouth that collided with the fire and put it out. The smoke came up everywhere as Itachi was gone. "This one is slippery, Jiraiya boy," said Paul. "Yeah, but we have to take him out. He's too dangerous to be left alone anymore." The two sages nodded as they proceeded to gather Sage Chakra for a rather unique attack. Meanwhile, with Sharu and the triplets, the ice demons were low-level demons. Not to mention with the fire affinity that all the triplets possess. Coming in close contact with them, the devils melt, so they stood no chance, and Sharu with her claws were ripping them apart as well. Meanwhile, with Naruto and Hana, Naruto had released his resistance seal to level 2. Kisame could no longer joke around, As he had to put in real effort to dodge and move out of the way, the lightning strikes were becoming too deadly. He got zapped by one of them and it took a while for the blood circulation to start to flow in his arm once again. Honestly, he was pissed. This brat wasn't supposed to be this strong. He heard the rumors, but those rumors did not do justice to the power that he possessed. This brat was a dope of his class and he had barely hurt Zabuza, and yet he just sprung up. Not only did he look older than he's supposed to look, he's more powerful as well. Naruto released another seal. Kisame found himself slammed into a tree before feet crashed in his face as he was sent skidding off the ground. He picked himself up. "You're good. I'll give you that. But I've had enough. I'll kill your little bitch there and cut your legs off so you can't escape." Before anything else could be said, as Kisame started to gather up his chakra, he was viciously hit in the back as 4 cyclones had burst from the earth. As he was sent sailing forward, as Naruto smirked. Kisame raised Samehata, but it was too late. Wind style. Piercing drill. The attack slammed into his stomach. It was then that he saw Hana poofed away, as the real Hana was behind him as she twisted mid-air. Kisame cried in pain as she started to drill into his back, as blood and flesh started to flash over the place, as she sent him sailing forward. As he was in front of Naruto within seconds, a ball of chakra formed in Naruto's hand, as Naruto drove the Rasengan into his stomach. Kisame cried out, as Naruto kept on drilling and drilling and drilling, until his hand burst through Kisame completely. A gaping hole was left. As Kisame was thrown back, it was then that the triplets and Shiro came. They did not waste any time as they all came in like a spear and ran right through him, tearing through him, making sure that he was dead. The beaten, battered, bloody body dropped to the ground in a heap as Naruto made his way towards the body. Although he needed to end the fight quickly, he was kind of disappointed. He did not pull out his Bankai or even his Sage mode. But still, at least one threat was done with. It was then that Naruto turned his head. "You feel that," said Hana, as the both of them felt an enormous amount of energy. Flashback, a few minutes earlier with Jiraiya and Itachi. Jiraiya had been holding Itachi off for a few minutes now, while the Toad started to build up what was necessary for his technique. His Rasengan with a mixture of the water chakra from Paul and wind chakra from Ma. He had no intention of letting his traitor leave here alive. Itachi had to dodge a wave of fire coming towards him in a hell blaze, as he looked to his right to see a clone of Jiraiya. Normally the clone would not last that very long, but the Sage chakra that was flowing through it was enhancing the clone ability beyond normal capabilities. Itachi had enough. "Amaterasu," he said as his eyes shifted, as the clone was destroyed. He then looked right into Jiraiya's eyes. "I will have to end this now." "Tsukuyomi," he said, as Itachi waited for the jutsu to take effect. But that was his mistake. As Jiraiya shot forward, Itachi had a sudden lapse after using that jutsu. The Tsukuyomi, his eyes were already on focus. The speed that Jiraiya moved at, as he shoved the incomplete Rasengan forward, Itachi only had a moment to be surprised as the incomplete elemental chakra Rasengan slammed into him. Jiraiya had to leap away instantly, as the technique created a rather odd result. Due to the water and wind so pronounced and Jiraiya Rasengan almost getting enveloped by them, it created a sculpture of ice after a violent output. As Itachi was inside of the Lord sculpture, lifeless eyes looking out, as it cracked and crumbled along with his body, and into a lifeless dust that just blew away in the wind. Jiraiya dropped to one knee as he was panting from that. He looked towards his hands, as they were trembling. It was still incomplete after all. "Nice one, Erasenin. Wing. And water Rasengan," said Naruto as he was now in the clearing, as Jiraiya turned to see him. Time skip. Hokage's office. Chunin Naruto Namikaze and Chunin Hana Inuzuka reporting back with a confirmed kill of Kisame Hogashi. Jiraiya of the Sun reporting back with a confirmed kill of Itachi Uchiha, said Jiraiya. Snevy was a bit surprised that their plan worked with no, backlash to the village. But she was happy. 2 major threats to Konoha has been destroyed. It should be 3 if Sora and Uncle succeed. Report, you and Hana first, said Snevy, as Naruto explained everything. Jiraiya then explained afterwards, as she congratulated them afterwards, along with their bonus mission pay for killing those 2 dangerous missing ends. Time skip. It has been 2 weeks since the death of Itachi and Kisame. It has been a month since Naruto and Hana engagement, as Hana's progress was going wonderfully. She could dodge most of the attacks that Naruto sent her way with the level 2 resistance seal. Her natural flexibility was playing a good part in the field as well, and her sessions with Snevy was nothing to scoff at. She didn't have the control necessary for the super strength, but she could heal a deep wound, and she was well on her way to repair a ruined organ. At the moment though, with Uncle and Sora, man, could this guy be any harder to find? Asked Uncle, as Sora frowned. I know, he was good to be able to travel so far in such a short amount of time. Guess I'll have to lure him out to some rumors then. Rumors? Uncle asks, looking curious. He's their information gatherer, so rumors that the Sanbai is headed towards the open sea would be too much for him to ignore. Hopefully we can catch him this way. I have an idea, Uncle said. Why don't you add in that Konoha has been asked for their assistance to help with the Sanbai? As Sora smirked. I knew there was a reason why I love you, he said. As she chuckled at that, I thought it was because you like to pound me the next week, she said to him. Oh, that's just a plus. Besides, you begged for it anyways, he said, with a smirk of his own. The both of them continued their banter as they made their... Meanwhile, that was going on at Konoha, as Naruto and Hana were training just as usual. As they stopped when they saw someone arriving in the field, it was none other than Sasuke. Naruto, I need to speak with you, he said. Something was wrong. He seems polite. The two of them were a bit surprised. What is it, said Naruto. I wanted to apologize for my actions towards you. It was uncalled for, and with my recent rehabilitation sessions with Kurenai Sensei, I have seen how much of an ass I've been. As he saw the confused looks on their faces. Look, Kakashi had Kurenai place a genjutsu on me, where I could do nothing but talk to my old self for hours in a day. I was stupid, foolish, and immature, he said. As that got a more surprising look from Naruto. That's pretty life revealing. What made you think it, he asked. As Sasuke looked down, I heard that Itachi was killed. The third told me that my clan was planning a coup. Plus they plan on either killing you or turning you over to Danzo. No one deserved that treatment. They were wrong, he said. However, I will rebuild the Uchiha clan and restore its name to the proper honor alongside the founding clans of Konoha. As Naruto smiled, how about I help you with that? You would do that, Sasuke asks. You told the truth. You really want to redeem your clan. No more Avenger crap. Listen, I know Kakashi must have tested your affinity, so what is it? Lightning. And fire as well. I'm a master of lightning manipulation, Sasuke, said Naruto with a chuckle. Have you started it yet? I'm on stage 2, but I can't find a lightning jutsu. Don't worry, said Naruto. I'll teach you a good one. Now this one is rather chakra intensive, but if you can manipulate it well, you can start on the third step of manipulation. As Sasuke nodded, as Naruto was happy to see this side of Sasuke. Meanwhile, at the unknown area, it was no nighttime. We will soon take down the mate of that new dragon and claim our rightful place on the human plane. No longer will we be stuck here. We will destroy anyone that stands in our way. Dragons, human, angels, all will fall before our might, a dark voice said. It stood on a tower as there were black flames everywhere and screams of people getting tortured. Below him was a massive army of low-level demons. Long live Akama! As it shook his hand in the air, as the demon still below shouted, Long live Akama! Until a demon shouted, Long live Beelzebub! As the crowd switched slowly as they started to chant long live Beelzebub as well. The giant creature had a smile on his face. Beelzebub was a pit fiend of the highest order. His teeth were long as a human finger. It had claws that could tear through metal, with a tail with spikes on the end, large leather wings with spikes on top of the wings. Soon he will have his revenge on that cursed Ryujen. He will destroy the one who gave him his power back. The Ryusenko. Time skip. As Naruto's eyes slowly opened as he felt Hana pressed against him. As he smiled, he thought over the past few months so far. He had been pleased of her in her fight with Kisame, as her chakra control has grown, and not to mention all the sessions that they have been going through. She had successfully completed her elemental training. She could dodge him at level 1 resistance seal, which was about Guy's level. With about half of his seals on, she focused primarily on backing him up from a long distance, or getting through with her flexibility, with sharp strikes, because she could coat her claws in wind chakra, as she could match Kakashi at this point. As Naruto ran his hand through her hair, as he thought about the enemies they will be facing, Madara Uchiha, Hidan, Kakuzu, not to mention Pain and Konan, he was worried that she might not be on par with them. But that just brought to the memory that a sensei had told him when he was coming to an end on his sage training. Flashback. Naruto had just finished holding transformation for 2 hours. As he saw Sora waving him over, he panted slightly as he made his way towards his brother and sensei. "You're doing very well, Naruto, but there's one more thing I have to warn you about in this form," said Sora, as he was rather serious. "What do you mean? I thought you said this allowed me to access my dragon side fully." "That is both true and untrue. It allows you to access your dragon side as fully as your body can withstand right now. However, the true name of this should be Half Dragon Soul Release. The human body can only allow half of the full transformation, except on their stream. The rest. To fully manifest later Dragon Soul, well, it's different for everyone. For me, I went into a rage because some demons killed my father, and they were trying to annihilate the rest of my family. That battle was the one that caused me to earn my title as Ryujen. Just so you have the idea of a power difference in my current state, I could destroy a pit fiend in about 20 minutes. If I was able to manifestate my soul again, it will only take me 10 seconds. Wait, you said again, said Naruto. Does that mean you can't fully manifestate it? Yes, that is correct. The dragons told me that in order to activate this mode, you must find the one true reason why you would kill someone, anyone, without remorse. As Naruto frowned, Sensei, that sounds very undragon-like. I mean, dragons are protectors, in every sense of the word. Why would manifesting a real dragon require killing without remorse? Good question, Naruto. There's a simple answer though. The one true reason for me to kill without remorse was to protect my family at all costs. Now, I have felt the same way with Hebai-chan, but I don't think it's quite that deep yet. So, a dragon reason to fully awaken his soul is to be able to kill to protect someone that you consider above everyone else's life. That's the basic gist of it, yes, but it differs with every person, said Sora. As Naruto glanced up, "Why are you telling me this?" he asked. "It's good to know, but wouldn't I search for this person to achieve more strength to protect those I care about? For that matter, wouldn't Hana be that person?" "The person won't be found by searching, Naruto. As for Hana, I think that's a possibility, but I don't believe your dragon side believes her to be that precious quite yet. As for why I'm telling you this, I honestly believe in that form you will be a lot more powerful than me, Naruto. I just hope that I'm there to see it," said Sora, as that was some time before June exams. In the flashback, as they had continued their training afterwards. As Naruto was lying in the bed same way, his brother and uncle should be returned today, as Naruto wanted to finish the rest of the Akatsuki off, so they had nothing to worry about, so that he could give Hana the life that she deserved. Combing his hand through her hair, she slowly started to wake up. As she woke up with a smile on her face seeing him. "Good morning, Angel-chan," said Naruto. As she smiled, "Good morning, Naruto-kun," she said, as she leaned herself on him, waking up to that face every morning. It was truly amazing. Meanwhile, at the same time at the Akatsuki base, explosions could be heard. There was a problem, as two forces were attacking each other. On one side there was Pain and Konan, on the other side there was Madara, Zetsu, and Hidan. As Pain's body made the battle, even against the unpredictable attacks coming from Madara and Zetsu, while Konan was handling Hidan. "You dare defy me," said Pain. "You have truly bought into your own propaganda too much," said Madara as he launched a fireball towards Pain. He avoided the attack as he had to move once again, avoiding an attack from Zetsu, who was popping out of the earth. Konan was slicing into Hidan, but, well, he was immortal. As her paper sliced into him, he was jumping at her like a madman despite having the explosions throw him back. He keep getting back up no matter what. "We have a plan for this world. Why are you opposing our peace?" Zetsu laughed. "Peace? The Bijos will give you no peace. That statue will do nothing but explode, shithead," he said. "What?" said Pain. "The Bijos are demons of pure energy. They listen to very few people, and there is no way that they will obey a human that claimed to be a god," said Madara. As Madara launched a boulder towards him, Pain obliterated. "If the statue and Bijo are worthless to us, then why are you fighting us? What about the peace that you promise? What is your aim, Madara?" "My aim does not matter. You will find out just soon enough how peaceful this world can be," said Madara. "After all, a world without humans is a world without war." As he sucked Hidan and Zetsu away in a spatial rip of time, as Konan found herself over towards Pain. What he said, it could just be a trick. "This was a long time planning," said Pain. "We must inform the greater powers. Having no humans defeat the purpose of the Akatsuki. And now with us lacking information, we should contact Jiraiya. He has an impressive spy network that rival sorcerers and can get information fast just as Zetsu." As Konan realized the dire situation, this was bad. Time skip at the gate of Konoha, as Naruto and Hana were waiting on the others. That is when they heard a high-pitched sound. Hana-chan looked up at Naruto, as she saw Sora dragon form for the first time. "Whoa," she said, as Sora landed and transformed back to normal. As Anko was there with a big smile on her face. "Hello, kiddies," she said, as she came over and hugged them both. As she then looked over towards Hana. "Welcome to the family, sis," she said, as Sora came over and gave Naruto a nod with a pleasant smile. "As much as I would like to welcome our new sister to the family, we have a lot to report," said Sora. Time skip. Hokage's office. Tsunade was waiting as she felt the chakra flicker into her office, as they all greeted her with a "yo," as her eyes started to twitch. "Report," she said, as Sora stepped forward. "Deidara and Sorcerer of the Red Sand has been eliminated. Zetsu has escaped our grasp at the moment. Good. Kisame and Itachi has been removed, thanks to the combined efforts of Jiraiya, Hana, and Naruto." As pride was in Sora's eyes when she said that. As she also smirked, she was also proud of him. How far he has come. "Good job," said Anko as she turned towards Hana. "I knew that you would be a good addition to the family. The leaders of the Akatsuki are in Ring Country, but we have to track down Kakuzu, Hidan, and Madara. I know that the Akatsuki is a major threat, but the Shinigami has demanded that we deliver their soul very soon, because of divine rules that must be followed. She has already taken Orochimaru's soul since Anko-chan has finished with him," said Sora. Before Tsunade could respond, "I can help with that," said Jiraiya, as he slipped through the window. As Naruto turned towards him, "Why would you help us?" he said. Jiraiya sighed. "You may not want to reconcile with me, brat," he said, "but I'm still Konoha, spy network master. Recently, Kakuzu has been spotted in Tanzukagai. Apparently, there's a bounty for the stone giant from the hidden stone, and he has been spotted in the area." Sora sighed. "We just returned. How long will he be in the area?" Jiraiya frowned. "Anywhere between a day and a week. But the more time, the chances get smaller and smaller." Sora nodded as he looked towards Anko, who looked tired. Anko-chan, as she perked up. "Would you stay here and train Hana for a few days, while Naruto and I take care of this?" As Hana frowned. "Why don't Naruto and I take care of it, and you and Anko relax?" "Normally I would, however. I want to rest the night before setting out. If I transform into my dragon state, I will be there in half a day, cutting the time from 4 days to half a day. And I have no experience with you, and Hana needs to rest. Therefore, my best teamwork option right now is Naruto." Hannah looked down a bit sad that she couldn't help, but Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, Angel, he said. You will get your chance soon enough. As he gave her a kiss. She nodded. Alright, said Snetty. This will be a S-rank mission. Time skip. Later that night, unknown location. Two beings phase into existence. In front of Beelzebub's throne. Report, the great demon commanded. The seals have been prepared, my lord. All we wait for is your command. The masked man said with a bow. Beelzebub nodded with acceptance. Good, he said. I will send some of my minions and they will place the other seals, while the rest of my army move as ordered. You will take out the dragon mates. Without their lovers to bolster their strength, the dragons will fall. The two beings nodded. All hail Akuma, they said, as they phased out of existence. Beelzebub leaned back as he was holding a glass of what looked like to be red wine, or perhaps it was something else. Your little snake and dog will be dead soon enough, dragon sages, and then nothing will stand in my way. As he threw his head back and laughed rather evilly. Time skip. It was currently 4 p.m. as Naruto and Sora were in Kantokagai. As the both of them split apart to gather information to find Kakuzu. There was a bounty office in this town, as Sora had made his way towards the outskirts of the country. Welcome, the bounty collector said. Are you here for a bingo book, or are you here to collect a bounty? Sora shook his head. I'm here for some information. I wonder, could I persuade you to help me out? Depends, the man said. Is your information that you want enough to meet nearest my head? Sora nodded as he pulled out a scroll. He then placed it down. As there was a poof, there was a suitcase, a rather large one. The man opened it up to see 100 million Ryu. Stars were in the man's eyes as he couldn't believe it. All of that for every single information you have on one Kakuzu. The man nodded as he looked towards the clock. 2 hours he was here to collect the bounty for the stone giant off the hidden stone. He said he was staying the night. He needed the updated version of the bingo book, which he will be back tomorrow to collect. As Sora nodded, oh, I assume that this will not go back to Kakuzu. The man looked towards the money. Of course not, he said. As Sora smiled, well, if you did relay this information back to him, that I was coming, I would have to do something rather... As he simply smiled, the man was sweating at this point, wondering who he got in a deal with. As Sora left, across town, Naruto wasn't having so much luck, as he was in a bar getting information, but no one had seen Kakuzu. As Sora came in and told him everything. The next day, at Konoha, as the girls were at the bar, all of them were there, Anko, Hana, Kurna, Yujiro, and Hinata, Tenten, and Kin as well, as they were gossiping. So, Sora says to me, imagine what your Chaka could do in a more private setting. I swear, he's a horned dog. As she chuckled, as Hana chuckled back, this coming from the woman who won't get out of bed unless he wake you up in a rather eccentric way. As Uncle blushed at that, as everyone had a good laugh at her expense. As Hana then turned to Kin, so, how she knows, she asked. As Kin blushed, as Naruto and Hana went out on a date, and they had saw Shino and Kin. The both of them had gotten along really well, but they were so nervous. Luckily, Naruto and Hana had spoken to the both of them, while Hana spoke to Kin and Naruto spoke to Shino. Shino-kun is fine. I must thank you for your help. The other night, said Kin with a polite tone, as he really helped her out a lot. As they really enjoyed their time, until the time get late and they decided to head back, walking back to the Namikaze estate. So Hana, how does it feel to be engaged in Naruto? Uncle asked. Really good. I know about the deal that he and Sora made, so I'm just a bit worried though. I don't want anything to happen to him, or Sora. She paused in front of the Inuzuka compound. As Hana froze as she started to sniff. Is something wrong? Uncle asked. Nah, everything is fine, although I'm having the weirdest craving for peanut butter and chocolate ice cream. Uncle laughed. Well, come on, I'll get you all the peanut butter and chocolate ice cream that you can eat. As they made their way towards a nearby shop, once they were gone, a dark figure entered the Inuzuka compound. Meanwhile, with Sora and Naruto, they had spent all day tracking and following the man, as they didn't want the civilians around here to get hurt. And he left the city after lunch, and that was good as they followed him out into the forest. Once they were far enough away, they decided to end him. Kakuzu had a smile on his face. As he was far away from the town, with another large bounty, he would be set for a while until his own greed caught up to him and forced him to go after another one. As he felt something, he quickly activated Earth-style Earth Spear, as his body turned brown as he was hit. To his surprise, it actually hurt. Considering that his Earth Spear had deflected several deadly jutsus, but yet, he felt actual pain as he watched the two individuals appear in front of him. He smiled when he saw who they were. The famous Naruto Namikaze, Kyuubi of the Jinchuriki, and his self-proclaimed brother, Sora Ryu, aka the Ryujin, have come to hunt me down, said Kakuzu. That's correct. The Shinigami don't like when people escape or grasp. We were sent here to help you along. Kakuzu frowned behind his mask. I'm the immortal bounty hunter. I will enjoy collecting the bounties on your heads. He said in a rather arrogant tone, like he was untouchable. Said Naruto. We don't have time to waste on this pointless dribble. Besides, we know all about your hearts. Agreed, said Sora. As both of them moved, Kakuzu shot forward, showing incredible speed as he clashed with the both of them. He tried to body them back, but to his surprise he was lifted off the ground with unnatural strength. He was blasted back. As he quickly got back to his feet, one of the heart quickly left his back. As the lightning mass rained down a bolt of lightning, Sora released a bolt himself as it clashed. The lightning mass had to fly away before it was annihilated. The fire mass came out and released a stream. As Naruto slammed his foot in the ground, went through hand signs, a massive earth column came up. As he blocked the attack, the heat was massive, but he still was able to block it. Kakuzu flashed through hand signs he released a water attack mixed with a lightning attack from the lightning mass. As the two attacks came colliding forward. Flash, said Naruto. Kakuzu watches a golden blur extinguish his technique. He frowned in anger as Naruto reappeared. You're gonna have to do a lot better than that, he said. As Kakuzu started to launch techniques. False darkness, he said, as a massive bolt of lightning shot forward, forcing the two to backpedal away. Kakuzu sent his out mass towards Sora. So they're coming after me, huh? He said, jumping back as he started to engage them. While Kakuzu hid himself, waiting for the perfect opportunity. As he appeared using the earth technique behind Naruto and drive a earth spear directly through him. Kakuzu smirked until Naruto poofed away. Behind you, old man, he turned, BAM! A foot slammed in his face as he crashed on the ground. He got up and touched his cheek. I'll kill you, brats, he said. I would like to see you try, said Naruto, as Kakuzu got up with a frown. Meanwhile, Sora did not waste any time, as they released an extensive amount of flames. He skewered the masses. He was just too fast for them. As Kakuzu gripped his chest and frowned. Damn it, he cursed to himself. As he looked towards Naruto. As Kakuzu realized he could not call out any more of his hearts. Otherwise, he risked them getting destroyed. As Naruto gripped his blade tight. It's time that you die, he said. Naruto watched as Kakuzu exploded with threads. As they came towards him in a fast rate. As Naruto lowered himself. Kakuzu smirked as they all dropped down to spear right through him. Dragon Flash, said Naruto. As Naruto's body disappeared into 25 separate after images. Kakuzu assaulted 4 of them with his threads, but they were not real. But the others just vanished. Kakuzu's threads started to be sliced, ripped apart as he was confused as hell. The next thing he knew, pain, as he was ripped and torn, deep gashes severing his body limbs. As his remaining hearts were slashed right through. Naruto appeared behind him and sheathed his blade. As Kakuzu's body basically exploded, the remains collapsing on the ground. As Naruto checked him over, yeah, he was dead alright. He then made his way to find Sora. Good job, said Sora, as he went through hand sign. As the Shinigami appeared. Shinigami-chan, here, Kakuzu as we agreed. Good job, you two. Now all that is left is Hidan and the infamous Madara Uchiha's soul. "Oh, Naruto, congrats on your engagement. Yami sends her regard." And, I quote, "Ask that fiancée of his if she wants to spice up her love life." As Naruto eye twitch, as the Shinigami laugh, it sounded quite dark. As she disappeared, as Naruto turned towards Sora, "We never mentioned this, Hana-chan, agreed?" As Sora chuckled, "I say tell her. Maybe. You will get lucky," he said. As Naruto shook his head, "No, he would not." Time skip. As a figure was standing looking over the Inuzuka estate. "Begin the assault. Leave no dog alive." The demons and devils that he brought ascended on the Inuzukas. Too bad no one ever told them that, announcing their attack in a place where there is dog that could smell and track, and not to mention dogs that could howl rather loudly, was a bad idea, especially when you were in a ninja village. The ninjas were already up when the first dog saw, and he howled to the heavens. And they never expected the Heimer triplets, and not to mention Shiro, who was there with Akamaru. As the attack started, not far away at the Namikaze estate, Hana and Anko felt it. They nodded as they got themselves ready and vanished towards the location rather quickly. Meanwhile, Tatsumi and Kiba rushed outside as they saw the four animals rip through the demon dreads like they were nothing but tissue paper. She turned to the various ninjas that arrived. "Evacuate the civilians! Leave the demons to them," she said as she motioned towards the four animals. As she turned towards Kiba, "Join them, pup. But this is our home. We have to fight. Pup, demons are on a different level than us. I can't kill many of these. What can a normal ninja do?" she said. Kiba looked away until he heard a howl. As he turned to see one of the Heimer triplets got his leg slashed. The wounded Ninken jumped back as Shiro used her vast reflex and abilities to keep the demons at bay. As Tatsumi patched up his leg, but then a sound could be heard. Twin Dragon Charge! Something spread into the battlefield and started decimate demons from left to right. They were being ripped and torn apart. The two assailants were none other than Anko and Hana. As they landed, the demons regrouped as they looked towards their new opponents. Big mistake, they heard a voice behind them. Lightning release. Lightning Dragon technique! A lightning dragon tore through several demons, ripping them apart. They turned, I don't think that Naruto would like. "You jerks trying to kill his in-laws," said Sasuke as he stood on the wall. The demons skyrocketed towards them, using their own allies as they threw each other. Sasuke leaped out of the way, but there was so much of them. Before they could reach him though, they were hit down as Hana landed beside him. "Thanks for that," he said, as he recollected himself. "You mind if I help you out for being such a jerk?" he asked. As he was going through a phase of, reinventing himself, and he realized how terrible he used to be. "Doesn't look like I have a choice," she said as Shiro yipped towards Sasuke. As she already agreed. "Just back us up, you're going to be weaker against these guys." Sasuke nods as demons were now beyond pissed off. "To quote my husband," said Uncle, "you're going to be dying in hell tonight." As she launched herself into the fray. "Crazy bitch," said Hana. "Well, it takes one to know one," as she launched herself as well. As Sasuke threw lightning bolts to back up, the brave Kunoichis. Meanwhile, Madara stood on top of the building as he watched with a frown. "What weaklings," he said. "How they claim to serve my master is beyond me." As Zetsu appeared next to him. "Is everything set?" Zetsu nodded. "Good. Then we will take out the opposition." As he phased out of view as Zetsu went back into the building. Back down towards the field, Hana and Anko would decimate the demons. When Shiro yipped loudly as both of them moved. Good thing though, as a fireball struck where they once were. As a man with a spiral mask and a Akatsuki cloak phased into existence. But them stopping was a big mistake. The ground exploded as tentacle of wood shot out of the ground. It aimed towards your heart, but lucky enough they were able to move. It got them in the shoulder instead. The both of them cursed as a tentacle ripped out of their shoulder. "I hope you have more than that in you," said Madara, as he took a step forward as Zetsu emerged from the ground, to stand next to Madara. Suddenly there was a high-pitched sound. Madara instantly sucked himself away in a swirling vortex. Zetsu was too slow as he was hit with a silver flame. He screamed as he was burned alive. Sora landed as he felt like something was off. As he was breathing heavily, he had moved at incredible speed to get here in time. As he rushed over when he changed back to normal. "Are you okay, Hibaihime?" he asked. "I'm fine," she said, as Naruto was holding Hana in his arms. "I'm okay," she said, "just a bit roughed up." As Naruto nodded as he turned towards Madara, who stood on top of the building, looking down towards him. As Naruto's eyes snapped. Dragon's secret technique. Dragon Soul. Release! As he roared to the heavens. He drew his katana as it changed into the Bankai mode, as his body turned into the Sage mode. As Naruto looked up towards Madara. Before he set hand to the side, she took his hand. "Be careful." As Naruto nodded, he then rocketed off the ground as he propelled himself towards the man. As Madara's eyes widened, as Naruto was gone just like that. As he felt the sensation, he's fast as he uses Kamui, as Naruto passed right through him. But the speed that Naruto was moving at was something else. He tried to use his Kamui to keep up, but the moment he slipped back into reality, Naruto was always there upon him, as Naruto grew tired of this game. "Dragon. Absolute reality," he said. Something happened in a split second, as Naruto gazed focused on Madara. "You hurt my mate, and for that, you will die," he said. "Boy, you're 100 years too early to even think of touching me, but give it your best shot." As Naruto growled, smoke coming out of his mouth. "As you wish," he said. Flash of the Dragon God. But guys, if you ain't subscribed right here, if you want to see any sports and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, remember to stick around for the what is coming your way over Anime King 2 and Anime King 3. If you're new, yes, I have 3 channels, so go ahead and enjoy them. But for now, I'm out for you, see you guys soon. Peace.